Lisa and Layla were best sisters. They did everything together. They were twins. They just moved out of their mother's house because they both just turned 23. And they wanted to start on their own. But they didn't want to leave each other. And they didn't want to worry their parents, so they moved a couple blocks down the street. When they first moved into the house, it got a weird vibe, but nothing really that scared them off. Then a couple weeks they were there. Things started moving around the house, weird stuff. But they just shrugged it off. But what they couldn't shrug off was when things started going missing and moving around the house, and it was just scaring Layla half to death. So Lisa was fed up with it. She said, fine, if you really want to know if something's following us or anything, let's just put baby powder on it. It will soothe your feelings and nothing will happen, okay, Layla? She said okay, and they both went to bed that night with baby powder all over the floor to make sure nothing stepped in their room where they were sleeping. Layla woke up in the middle of the night and looked over at her sister. Black handprints were all over the walls, ceiling, everywhere they could ever touch. On the floors were footprints, and blood splattered everywhere. Then a black shadow, was over Lisa, looking down at her. Layla whispered, "Lisa, is that you?" The thing turned around, black goo gooed out from its eye sockets were missing eyeballs or like dark holes. Its jaw hanged off, dislocated, and its tongue hanged out. Blood and black liquid oozed out from every aspect of the creature, and it whispered, "Tonight, or tomorrow, or any time, we will come. We always come." Then it vanished. Lisa and Layla screamed and ran down to their mother's house and called the police to go over to the house. When they went in the house, they didn't find nothing. Nada. Nothing was wrong. Everything was normal and everything. The police walked over to their mother's house and told them that everything was cool. Lisa and Layla said okay and went back to their house. Still terrified, they stayed at their mother's house after they packed their stuff for a couple months. Then their mom said they had to go pack up their stuff and move into another house because she didn't want to babysit them anymore. So they were going to stay one more night at the house and then they were going to move, and that was it. Only if Layla's arm wasn't hanging off that night. When Layla woke up, she couldn't find her sister anywhere. She called her mom to see if she was over there, and nothing. She went into the bathroom and locked the door behind her. She looked into the mirror, and tears started coming down her face. Where was her sister? Where was she? Did the thing take her? All these questions going through her head, wondering, making her wonder where she could have gone, what happened to her. Did she just get up and move? Was she on a walk? She looked up in the mirror, and it was her reflection, but it wasn't her reflection. The thing was laughing at her. Her own reflection was smiling at her and laughing at her, in the most evilest smile you could ever imagine. Rotting teeth showing back, and black eyes. Lisa went back against the wall and went down into the corner, putting her head into her knees and crying as screams filled the air, and one voice broke through all the screams. "We told you we would find you, always and forever."